All right, friends, welcome to Summer Learn Christian Beliefs. I'm just here to walk you through the syllabus. If you're looking for the walk through the course, that video is located here under course information. The very last thing, I walk through just basic layout so you're not confused when you encounter it. You can kind of hear my rationale and the way it's kind of organized. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you'd like, you can check it out there. Right now, we're going to go through the syllabus. This is just kind of my chance to walk you through what the syllabus is like and what you can expect from the assignments. All right, here we go to the syllabus. You'll see here, Mount Vernon Nazarene University School of Theology and Philosophy. This is a general education course. Has my information. Contact me by email. The course rationale, narratives, and then down to required texts. I won't read for you everything in the course rationale because you can read that by yourself. What I will say is that the reason why we have 6 required texts is to meet the standards of the School of Religion, Theology, and Philosophy. For a general education requirement, especially this course, is supposed to give you a certain number of hours that you need to be working on it, and these texts facilitate that. If you're worried about having 6 books, fear not. Not all of the books are read at the same intensity as others. For example, the Load-All text, you'll be having a vocab midterm on and quizzes. So you'll be reading that more intensely, but if you look down at the Williams text, you have 2 reflections on that are less than 6 sentences, and the Tokens of Trust is meant to facilitate a blog, so you don't have to read it with the same intensity that you do the others. Beth Felker-Jones, there's about 5 chapters out of there that you need to read, and then the extra chapters that you're asked to read as an option help facilitate some extra credit points for you, and that's great. And then the Gorman and Severson texts have their own assignments attached to them, so you're reading them a little bit more intensely, but still not as intense as the Load-All text. All right, just going through some of the course notes about grading and participation and attendance. Obviously, you must read. You must basically make contributions to the week's assignments. As you can see here, I'm deleting forms because normally you'll have to participate in forums, but here I'm showing and deleting this for you because I want you to see the difference between this course and other courses that you might take. So basically, here we are. You should make a minimum. You should make contributions to that week's assignments. That's how your attendance is taken. Granted, it's not the same as a regular online course. The attendance is different, and as you see through the course rationale, you don't have daily assignments, you have weekly assignments, and so you just need to make sure that you're completing those on a weekly basis. The voice discussion threads are a little bit different because you'll have to make those on certain days of the week. For 5 of the weeks, you'll need to make sure you get those done in a timely manner. And then, as you know, when you read through the course, you'll see that the blog posts are normally due towards the end of the week, and you need to respond to peers over the weekend. So basically, as I corrected that for you, basically, the main assignments are going to be quizzes, which is on the Load-All text, as I mentioned above. That'll happen until the midterm. You'll have the blog post on Tokens of Trust, the Being Christian Reflections, the voice discussion threads on Felker-Jones and Williams, Gorman chapter questions, and Severson claims about responsibility. Now that sounds like a lot, but you have to keep in mind the Being Christian Reflections are just about 6 sentences. The blog posts are really just you getting creative with your own blog. The discussion threads are you talking for a little bit about something you appreciated in the Felker-Jones books and entering into conversation with your peers. The Gorman chapter questions and Severson's claims about responsibility, as long as you're reading the book and doing the work, you'll do fine. In addition, there are end-of-week summaries of learning. Basically, these will also help serve towards attendance, me knowing what you're learning that week and what you find interesting. It's 3 to 4 sentences, easy points after that. You need to make sure that you're turning those in every week because that goes into not only attendance, but you get points for that as well. So getting down here to the assignments, the blog posts based on Rowan Williams' book Tokens of Trust, you'll be given a prompt every week, and you'll be required to go to Blogger create your own blog, just one blog, where you'll facilitate all your blogs based on Rowan Williams' book. You'll post the link in a discussion forum, and I'll go there, look at it, and go back and grade your post. Basically, this is a chance for you to be creative, for you to engage the discussion questions that are asked. There'll be a word count that'll be in the actual course, so you need to pay attention to that. It's 20 points each. It's a really fun assignment. I hope you'll enjoy it. Rowan Williams' book is really great, and for those of you who love blogging, this is a chance for you to do that. I do ask that you do it on Blogger because I need everyone to be kind of the same. You can get creative what you want to do with your Blogger blog, but I need everyone to create an account. It's free. It's run through Gmail, so most of you who have a Gmail account will already be able to do this. Being Christian Reflections, as I mentioned, you'll have 2 of those. As you'll see here, week 1, topic 2, and week 3, topic 1. You'll be asked to write a brief summary of chapters in Rowan Williams Being Christian. The first one is on his discussion of the Bible, and the second one is on the sacraments, Eucharist, and baptism. It's 2 times, 10 points each, 20 points. It's easy. All you have to do is write about 6 sentences or so about those summaries, about the chapters and something you learned from them. As I mentioned, the discussion voice threads, you'll have 5 of those based on Beth Felker-Jones' book, Practicing Christian Doctrine. Now, as I mentioned, you'll only be reading 5 chapters, and for those of you who are thinking that that's a little bit unfair to buy a book for that much, I am actually using the rest of the book to facilitate extra credit points. So please keep up with the reading in that. If you want to do extra credit, you don't have to. But you need to at least keep up with the required readings for the voice discussion thread. The directions for how to use those are in Moodle. Then there's Gorman's chapter questions. Basically, after Lodall's quizzes are done, you'll be asked to provide responses to questions that are asked before and after the reading of the Gorman book. As you can see, there's a word count here, and it must prove engagement with the text. You can't just tell me what you think about the question. You actually have to engage the text. The Severson claims about responsibility. There's a detailed account of how you're supposed to do this assignment written in the Moodle page, week 5, topic 4. As you can see, this is worth a lot of points, so you need to make sure that you pay attention to that. There's really not a whole lot going on other than you compiling the responsibility claims from Severson. Again, I don't want to go into detail here because there's detailed instructions in the Moodle course. I need to make sure you're keeping up with that as you're reading his book and turning that on time because, again, it is 50 points. Basically, that's it. As you'll see here, we have the course grade and weighting. Here's the total points for each assignment. Here's the total. If you're ever wondering what your grade is, you can see the grade scale down here. You take the total points that you see that you have in Moodle and divide it by 526, or you can look at the course totals and so on and so forth as you're going along, divide it by the total numbers and see how you're doing in there. But I want to highlight this. The Felker-Jones-Williams adds 20 points, for a possible 20 points to your total grade here. And for those of you who are not good quiz takers or good test takers, you need to pay attention to this because you can get 20 points back. It's easy. All you have to do is keep up with the Felker-Jones readings that are optional throughout the coursework, and just keep up with those and do the best there. Now, I want to say one last word about the Lodall text. You don't have quizzes for Lodall for every single chapter. It used to be that way, but I took it out to kind of lighten some of the assignment responsibilities. However, as you'll see, you'll have a midterm where you have to provide answers based on the Lodall text. Now, those are vocabulary only. Used to be you had to answer all the quiz questions again, but instead I just made it about the vocabulary. Now, the vocabulary is listed in week 1 of all the texts that you need, or all the vocabulary terms that you need. So you go there and get that. But you need to make sure that you're actually reading the required text, even when you don't have a quiz on it, because you will have vocabulary words in those chapters. So make sure that you are doing that, and you are keeping up with that, because the Lodall text will be very important to your success. All right. I hope you're well, and I'm looking forward to having you in this course. All right, thanks. Bye.